Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to Life with Sandy. Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, November 10th. And it's very sunny. And it's going to be 70 degrees today. So then you're saying, Sandy, why do you got a sweatshirt on? Because it's only 50 right now. It's a little chilly willy. But we do have some birthdays today. Today is Mark, who is B over at B's Weight Watchers Adventures. No, she doesn't Weight Watchers. She does Momentum. B's Journey. Sorry, B's Journey. The reason I say that is because in my TV screen, because I watch my YouTube videos on TV, it's still listed as B's Weight Watchers Journey. So that's how I click on it. But it's B's Journey, but it's Mark's birthday. Enough about B. It's not about B today. It's about Mark. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mark. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Bobby Hart's. Bobby. B-O-B-B-I-E. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Is Bobby short for Roberta? I wonder. Birdie didn't like being called Bobby. The reason she's called Birdie is because Jim's mother wanted to call her Roberta. And her sister Barb couldn't pronounce Roberta. She'd say Roberti. And so they just got to be Birdie. So that's the story I was told. Whether it's true or not, that was the story I was told. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So happy birthday, Bobby. But it's also William Hughes' birthday. William! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear William. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. William was my father's middle name. I got a little story for everybody today, don't I? Well, happy birthday, William. But last but not least is Dorothy Palmer. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I did work with somebody named Dorothy when I worked at Montgomery Ward's. I forget what her last name was, but her name was Dorothy, and she worked in the linens department, and that would have been back in the late 80s, early 90s. So I could relate to everybody's name somehow. Anyway, I hope all four of you have a great birthday. Let me make sure I stopped completely because there was a police officer on the other side. Because usually I do a stop and roll at that light. But anyway, I'm on my way to go meet one of my subscribers for breakfast, so I got up early, and she's been on my videos before. We're going to see Esther Newman. Esther, I can't wait. I have not seen Esther since 2019, I think it was. I think we first met in 2018, and she met Birdie, because we went to Red Robin Yum for lunch. We met for lunch. And then in 2019, we met at Panera's, I think it was. I think we met at Panera's. And then to 2020, the world shut down, so we didn't get to see her. And then last year, she didn't have a car, I think it was, because I don't drive. She actually lives in London with her husband, Paul Newman. To her, it's the Paul Newman, but not the Paul Newman that we know. But he's still a good-looking man. But anyway, so Esther met Paul, and they got married, and she moved to London. He's from London. I'm not going to tell you where she's from because I don't like to divulge other people's information, but she's from this area, let's say. And so when she comes back, her one daughter lives in another state, and then her son lives in this state. So when she comes to visit her son, we try to meet up so that we can share a meal together. So I'm really looking forward to this because it's been like 3 years. I see her comments in that, like when I watch Dish with Dee, like her motivation things at night. Sometimes it should be on there, and she's dedicated because I think it's like 2 in the morning in London when she's on there. So, but then again, she's probably a night owl like I am. But anyway, so we're going to meet Esther, and I will definitely get her on video because I know she doesn't have a problem being on the video. And then once again, I wanted to thank Sue, which is Susan, Sparkling Susan, Sue Slims Down, Jones Pointed Plate, Cat on Point, Dish with D, and Kim over to Girl on her phone for bringing me to tears and making me turn into a puddle yesterday. And all of your kind comments afterwards. I don't think of myself as, I don't know, I just think of myself as just as a normal person like everybody else, but you guys make me feel so special. I don't feel like I'm a special person, but you guys definitely always make me feel very special, and I'm truly blessed in my life. I can honestly say that. I've been blessed in so many ways, and like I said, if you're in this area, let me know. I'll meet you. I'll meet you for a meal. I love meeting my subscribers. If you ever see me out and about, tap me on the shoulder. Joan at Jones Pointed Plate said one time I think she was at Costco, and somebody came up to her. She said, are you Jones Pointed Plate? So, I mean, it's really nice. I know that a lot of people have met people. I know Valerie Reese has met some of her subscribers. I think Kim has. I know Gina Pearson has. Sparkling Susan and Sue Slims Down met up because they live in the same state. They live pretty close to each other. So, and I don't know if you've been watching both my videos and Sue Slims Down's videos, but Sue and I, long ago, challenged each other to see who could get to 100 pounds first. And we both got so close into the 90s. But we both fell astray, fell off to the side of the road. Now we're back at it. So we have reinitiated our challenge. So she does her I do my weigh-ins on Mondays, and she usually does her weigh-ins on Saturdays. So sometimes her videos post on Saturdays, sometimes they post on Mondays. I'll leave a link to Sue's channel down below so you can watch our competition to see how we're doing. I think she's 2 pounds ahead of me right now. But I'll give her the spread. Just like Ohio and Michigan State. Ohio State and Michigan, not Michigan State. Jim will get mad at me. Ohio and Michigan, when the rivalry game comes, Sue and I kind of needle each other. Although we all know Michigan's the better team. Michigan's going to win. Sorry, Sue. Michigan's the better team. So, speaking of that, when I was speaking of that, it just popped into my mind as I'm driving there to go there, is I had given Esther the address of where we were going to meet, because we're going to meet at Starbucks, which, we'll get to that in a minute. But I gave her the wrong address. And then I just kept thinking after I sent her the address, I'm thinking, is that the right one? Because, there's so many Starbucks. And every one of them always has a long line. So I rechecked and found out that, yes, I gave her the wrong address. So I did give her the right address, and she did acknowledge that she did receive the right address, because that would have been kind of funny that we're both sitting in the Starbucks waiting for each other, but at the wrong locations. We'd think each other stood each other up. That would be rude. But anyway, what I wanted to talk today about was lying, because this would be very easy for me to lie to you and tell you that I'm going to go here and have like my Megan Dragon fruit drink, and I'm going to have a brownie for my breakfast and all that. But I'm not going to do that. Oh, I could lie to you and say I'm going to have a healthy breakfast and then not do it. But I'd be lying to myself. Not only to you, I'd be lying to myself. Because so many times we make decisions in life and we think as long as nobody sees them that there's no consequences. There's always a consequence to a lie. There really is. I've always told my kids when we're growing up, it's better to tell the truth because it's easier to remember the truth than it is to remember a lie. If you tell too many lies, oh my gosh, I should have got off. Another bottleneck. And I love that it's like a parking lot. I gotta get over. It is like a parking lot. Oh, there's an ambulance. An ambulance in the middle here. Oh, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late for a very important date. Anyway, it's like I said, like I always told them it's easier to remember the truth than it is a lie, because if you tell a lie to one person and you tell a different lie to another person, then you got to remember who you told the lie to. And if you tell yourself a lie, sometimes you can convince yourself of that lie, and then it's like awful. It's awful when you lie to yourself. It really is. It's bad enough when you lie to someone else, but when you try to fool yourself, when you know better, you just know better. So it's like, why bother doing that? It's like, these people got to get over. Yeah. See, when you're a truck, all you got to do is come over. You don't have to worry about anybody letting you merge in. You just come over. That's just the way it works. Although they're not letting them over, I guess their car means more to them than being nice. It's like they have to get on. What else are they going to do? Although this guy's going to do one of my moves, turn around and go back. That's what he's going to do. Oh, nope, he changed. Oh, no, he's going to do something totally illegal. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. Anyway, so hopefully nobody got hurt too badly over here. I'll let one in, but I'm not letting more than one in. Okay. So anyway, I know that was kind of like a waste of time talking to you. Well, Jim and I are going to go get our COVID and flu shots when I get back. I originally had thought that we were going to. I was going to do a witness thing today, but for some reason it was canceled. She was working at the poll things as a volunteer, and she said that they went to almost 1:30 in the morning counting the absentee ballots. That's almost ridiculous. But she said that they have a system. When she was explaining the system, it was like, it just seems very fair, but I don't know. I know that people think that there's shenanigans going on, but they ought to figure out a way, especially before the presidential one next time, to count these early votes earlier, so that it's not such a bottleneck waiting days and days. Although, you know what, I remember when I was younger, you would go to bed and you wouldn't know who won the president until the next morning, because the TV shut off at midnight, or maybe it was 1 o'clock in the morning, because Johnny Carson was on from 11:30 to 1, and then when he was done, they played the Pledge of Allegiance, showed the flag, and then all you saw was what we called snow. It was just like on the TV until like 7 in the morning when the TV came back on. So there's just got to be a better way, I guess. That's my point. I guess that's it. I'm going to call David and ask him to come over. We have our pool. We have a cover on our pool, but then we have like a netting cover that we catch all the leaves on it, so it doesn't compost on the pool cover during the winter. And Jim says, well, let's go take that cover off. And I go, oh, well, you're not doing that. And he says, I can do that. There's no weight involved. And I go, there's a lot of stretching involved. So he says, yeah. So I said, I'm going to call David. I have the best grandson. I have the best grandchildren, but David, he'll come over. So he only lives like a mile from me, so he'll stop by right after work, and he'll help me. I know that. I see I got plenty of time. So, well, I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm just kind of babbling at this point right now. So I will guys soon. So here we are. Esther Newman. She's married to a celebrity.
Paul Newman.
Yeah. We just came from Starbucks. She had coffee. I had a bagel and a diet, or like a 0-point tea.
And we're just talking about how our travels and our travels with Weight Watchers, it's all up and down, but we're just not going to give up.
Nope.
We're going to keep trying, and eventually we're going to reach our goals. And everybody has a hard time. It's not easy for anybody, but we just have to just when you have a bad day, remember, it's just a day. It's not your life.
Nope.
We're going to do okay. We're going to do it. This year, you're going to hit your famous number.
Not this year, but 2023.
2023, right.
And I'll show you something that I don't do. Watch.
Bye, everybody.
You gotta prepare yourself sometimes.
She's not a hugger, but for me, she hugs.
Well, I'm back from my visit with Esther, and now Jim and we're going to go get our vaccines. And Jim is into the next decade of numbers. He weighed himself this morning. Just barely, but he's in it. We stopped by the post office and we got mail, and Jim got another get well card. It says, hope you feel better. See?
Very nice.
Gotta open it up and see what it says. I hope each new day brings you closer to a full and speedy recover. Jim, thinking of you and Sandy, you were in my prayers. Sue Calhoun. Thank you very much, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Jim's very appreciative. So am I. Well, we're buying a Christmas tree. We don't need a Christmas tree, but we're buying a Christmas tree. We didn't get our COVID shots because when we went in to get our shots, the lady said, do you have an appointment? And I said, no, last time we came, we just walked up. She says, oh no, you need an appointment. You have to go on riteaid.com and make an appointment. So I said, okay. So we left and we drove, started driving home. I went on riteaid.com. We left the store at 12:30. We could make an appointment for 12:40. Why could she have just given us our shots at that point? So then I filled out the thing for my appointment. We turned around to go back. The next appointment for Jim was at 2 o'clock. We're just going to wait till tomorrow. So we're going to go home and reschedule and get both of them. Plus we couldn't schedule both the flu shot and the COVID shot at the same time. I could get my COVID shot at 12:45, but I couldn't get my flu shot to 3 o'clock. Well, that doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem right. So I'm going to go home tomorrow and see if we schedule it on a different day. Maybe that'll make a difference. We're going to go to Jimmy's house for dinner tonight. He called and invited us. So we'll go see. I don't know what we're going to have. But so Jim went to find somebody because he was going to try to lift the tree himself. I said, why don't we just wait till David gets home? And he says, I can do it. No. So he went to get somebody. Okay, here he comes. Without somebody. Only my man. Here he comes. Maybe he'll ask her to help me. Nope, he's a man. He's not going to ask. He's determined to find a tree. I still like ours. Which one?
What about the snow-covered one?
I don't like snow-covered trees. This is the tree we ended up getting. So if you want to know where the bird food is, you go right to the source. And they will let you know exactly where the food is. Right there. You're going the wrong way. Well, David came over and helped us with helped me actually, with the cover on the pool. I think it took all of 5 minutes, if that. He looked so tired. He just looked really, really tired. And he's working in like some kind of thing with like glue, his construction site that he's on. So he was all sticky. I don't know, it was weird. But anyway, we have scheduled our appointments for tomorrow. Jim's is at 10:40 for both his flu shot and his COVID shot, and mine's at 11 o'clock. So that'll work out for us. So we're going to do that tomorrow. We're on our way now to Jimmy's house, and I'm going to hopefully have him do the tag with me. And if I do film him and Samantha, I will put it on tomorrow's video. So stay tuned. So in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.